Yes, Mr. Speaker, very, very briefly. I heard the member for Switzerland Saltibus talking about he hopes the banks does not make the kind of profits that they make on poor people. I'm hoping his former employer is not listening to him so that when the time comes and he knocks on that door, because apparently he facilitated the entrepreneurship of the banks and facilitated and shared rather in the profit making. But Mr. Speaker, I want to say one thing on this. And the Prime Minister, in a kind of a surreptitious way, alluded to it. There is this term, PEP, politically exposed person. Prime Minister indicated that sometimes a little hustler outside the hotels selling T-shirts, selling shells, selling whatever it is to earn a legitimate dollar would go to the bank and is put through all sorts of convoluted procedures to ensure that his money is accepted and placed in the bank. Mr. Speaker, every politician, every one of us, have some relative of us that don't like us and we don't talk to them. Every politician. Yet, those persons are considered PEPs. In other words, those persons are put through rigorous due diligence, even if the person in the political arena is distant from them insofar as having a good relationship is concerned. And sometimes, Mr. Speaker, even you as a politician, you have legitimate sources of income. Not too long ago I had to tell a given bank, how can you lend a man money? Hear this well, Mr. Speaker. You lend a man money, his installment is X amount per month. The first thing you do as a bank is to assess his ability to repay. Yet when he repays, he has to pull in a source of funds. That is, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, Mr. Speaker. Because if you're giving me a loan of $4 million, I need to pay $25,000 a month. I come to pay my $25,000, and every time I come to pay the installment, you want a source of funds. Whereas, you'd have had to determine my ability to repay from the onset. So there are loads of difficulties, Mr. Speaker, which this bill cannot speak to in their entirety insofar as what pervades the banking sector. We go through difficulties, Mr. Speaker, as politicians. Our relatives from far and wide. Do you know Stevenson King? Yes, I do. And I'm using his name now because that's the question they will be asked. What is it to you? He's married to my cousin's sister. You are PEP. Yes. You are PEP. You are a politically exposed person, Mr. Speaker. And with due immediacy, they unravel difficulty on you as though you are on a wanted list, Mr. Speaker. I don't know how they do it. In fact, Mr. Speaker, we've passed legislation in this honorable house where you can deposit up to 10,000 US. Not so, Mr. AG? 10,000 US. Yet somebody goes with much less than the amount, Mr. Speaker. Much less. And they are put through difficulty. So the question is, are the laws on the books for show? Are the laws on the books for show? Can the banks decide unilaterally to set aside the legal principles and the law by which we all should abide and say, look, notwithstanding the law says so and so, I want you to do so and so. So a man goes with 600 US, and because he's not a man who probably came from an economically sound family, because he's a man who hustles and keeps his dollars, he goes with 600 US, and all of a sudden the bank is giving him extreme difficulty. So there are loads of problems, Mr. Speaker, but we have to deal with them one by one. We cannot fix everything at once. And that having been said, Mr. Speaker, I support the amendments. I support the amendment, and I'm hoping that the day will come when politicians and their families are not put through this. That is not to say, Mr. Speaker, if somebody has ill-gotten gain, they should be facilitated. I'm not saying this. I am saying, Mr. Speaker, that the unnecessary hardship that politicians and their relatives are put through in a lot of instances, in fact, in most instances, are not justified. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I support the amendment. Thank you.